Prince Harry has been told we all have to put up with this old boy, and him pointing out, no, none of you put up with what I put up with. None of you put up with what Meghan is being exposed to. You might read the odd snobbish article about Kate Middleton's mum having been an air hostess so that when they turned up at posh parties, her and her sister would be greeted with the hilarious patrician gag, doors to manual, the Middleton girls are here. That was the gag in their day. So if Prince Harry has been told by his brother or anybody else that we all put up with this, that's just not true, is it? But you can see how they might think it is. Prince Andrew, presumably, if he's still allowed into family gatherings, would point out that his family came in for all sorts of abuse. At which point Prince Harry would say, listen, uncle, I'm not tooling around the country on mysteriously funded business missions, and my wife is not being photographed sucking the toes of a Texan financial advisor in her holiday retreat. So it's not the same. The only person arguably, who has been exposed to similar levels of vitriol and abuse for Harry's wife is Harry's mum. Harry's dead mum. Harry's late mum. Harry's mum, who died while being pursued at high speed through a tunnel in Paris in a car driven by a drunk. That's the only person I can think of. And of course, even that doesn't hold water completely, because Diana, Princess of Wales, also got a very positive ride from the British media. She was also in many corners of the print media, even after her divorce from Prince Charles, regarded as a heroine, treated as England's Rose, as she quickly became known after her passing. So I can't think of anyone, actually. All she did was marry the fella. She's not trying to flog perfume, although good luck to her if she decides that might be an avenue she can go down now. All she did was fall in love. No, she didn't. She's a pushy. Why are you taking against her in a way that you never took against Kate Middleton? What is it about Meghan Markle that makes her so different from Kate Middleton? Is it the fact that she was successful in her own right you've got a problem with? No, James, how dare you? Is it the fact that she's a woman that you've got a problem with? No, James, how dare you? Is it the fact that she's mixed race that you've got? No, James, how dare? Is it the fact that she... Well, what? What's left? What's left? So if anybody in the palace turned to Prince Harry, and this is where I think Ella in Wilmslow's point about the Queen being a little bit bruised by this is probably pertinent, and it probably is a grounds for light criticism in the admitted absence of knowledge. I'd rather the Queen wasn't upset by it, but she would have been upset by it whether she'd had advance warning or not. But if people in the palace have been saying to Prince Harry, "Oh, come on, old boy, this is the price we pay for all the good stuff," he would turn around and say, nobody in this family pays the price that my wife is being asked to pay. And the only person who ever came close to paying that price is my dead mother. So do you know what? Bro? You can take your royal family, you can stick it where the sun don't shine. We're moving to Canada.
Have you ever pondered why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle chose to renounce their senior royal status? The news of their decision, back in 2020, caused ripples across the globe, morphing into waves of shock and surprise. It was a move that no one saw coming, an unprecedented step that flung the doors wide open for endless speculation. The media, as expected, didn't hold back. The air was thick with conjecture and critique, the news cycle saturated with the royal couple's audacious choice. It was as if the world had been handed a jigsaw puzzle with no image on the box cover, leaving everyone to interpret the picture as they saw fit. And interpret they did, with theories as varied as the people who proposed them. Among the many voices sharing their thoughts, one stood out: the British broadcaster, James O'Brien. James O'Brien, known for his incisive analysis, presented a unique perspective on this royal departure. Rather than joining the chorus of condemnation, he took a stand that was both empathetic and sharp, highlighting the double standards at play. O'Brien was quick to point out the stark difference in treatment Meghan Markle faced compared to other royal spouses. The constant negative press, the blatant racism, the unending campaign to undermine her. No other royal spouse had ever been subjected to such an intense scrutiny. It was a disturbing echo of the past, a grim reminder of the trials faced by Harry's mother, Princess Diana. O'Brien noted that the royal family's usual response to media scrutiny is to just put up with it, it comes with the job. But here's the catch. No other royal had faced what Harry and Meghan were dealing with. The intensity of the attacks, especially against Meghan, was on another level. He drew attention to the alarming dichotomy in the media's portrayal of Meghan and Kate. The same actions were vilified when done by Meghan, but praised when done by Kate. Avocado toast became a symbol of environmental destruction in Meghan's hands, but was deemed a healthy snack when Kate enjoyed it. Meghan cradling her baby bump was seen as attention-seeking, while Kate doing the same was viewed as sweet and maternal. But O'Brien didn't stop at just highlighting the double standards. He delved deeper into the heart of Prince Harry's decision. He recognised that Harry had seen this narrative play out before, with his mother, Princess Diana. He had seen the relentless hounding, the lack of support, the tragic end. When Meghan became the new target, Harry wasn't going to let history repeat itself. O'Brien argued that Harry had every reason to step back. If the royal family wasn't going to protect him and his wife, he had to protect them himself. And that's exactly what he did. As per O'Brien's analysis, the intensity of the attacks, especially against Meghan, was unparalleled. This wasn't just about stepping away, it was about survival. And as O'Brien put it, if you don't understand why they left, maybe you haven't been paying attention. O'Brien drew attention to the stark contrast in the media's portrayal of Meghan and Kate. The double standards were glaring, and once seen, impossible to ignore. He pointed out the instances where Meghan's actions were painted in a negative light, while the same actions by Kate were celebrated. Take the case of the infamous avocado toast. When Meghan enjoyed it, the media labelled it as a symbol of environmental destruction. However, when Kate indulged in the same, it was hailed as a healthy snack. A simple snack, yet the disparity in the narrative is staggering. And then there's the matter of maternity. Meghan's natural act of cradling her baby bump was twisted into a narrative of attention-seeking. In stark contrast, when Kate did the same, she was praised for being sweet and maternal. The same action, yet a world apart in interpretation. These are just two examples, but they represent a larger pattern. The same actions, the same behaviours, yet the media's narrative for Meghan was consistently negative, while Kate's was consistently positive. It was as if Meghan was being deliberately set up to fail, while Kate was being set up to succeed. The media's narrative wasn't just unfair, it was downright damaging. But O'Brien didn't stop at identifying the problem. He went one step further and called it out. He shone a spotlight on the double standards and demanded accountability. He refused to let the media's biased narrative go unchallenged. He stood up for Meghan, and in doing so, he stood up for fairness, for justice, and for truth. O'Brien's analysis brings to light the blatant double standards Meghan faced. It's a stark reminder that not all media narratives are unbiased, and that sometimes the victim is not the one who is portrayed as such. It's a call to all of us to question, to challenge and to demand better, because in the end, the truth matters and so does fairness. For Harry, this situation bore a haunting resemblance to his mother's past. James O'Brien didn't shy away from drawing these parallels. He reminded us that Harry was not just a prince, but also a son who had lost his mother, Princess Diana, in the most tragic of circumstances, a son who had grown up under the relentless glare of the media spotlight, watching his mother struggle with the same intrusive scrutiny that was now trained on his wife. Princess Diana, the people's princess, was adored by the public, yet hounded by the press. The media's obsession with her was unending, their critique often cruel, and Harry, even as a young boy, was painfully aware of this reality. It was a reality that would shape his perspective on the royal life and the media's role within it. James O'Brien insightfully pointed out that this past was not just history for Harry, it was his lived experience. He had seen firsthand the toll that the relentless scrutiny and judgment could take. He had lived through the heartbreak of losing his mother to a chase by the paparazzi. He had seen the darkest side of the fame that comes with royal life. And now, Harry was watching this play out again, this time with his wife Meghan at the centre. The same media that had once hounded his mother had found a new target, and Harry, who had been a helpless child, was now a husband and a father. He had the power to make a change, to protect his family in a way he couldn't protect his mother. O'Brien argued that this past played a significant role in Harry's decision to step back. It wasn't just about the here and now. It was about the echoes of the past. It was about ensuring that his wife and son did not have to endure what his mother did. Harry, having witnessed this play out with his mother, was determined not to let history repeat itself. According to O'Brien, Harry's decision was not just about stepping back, it was about survival. Let's unpack that statement a bit, shall we? In the face of unrelenting media scrutiny and a barrage of criticism, it's easy to see how one could feel cornered, threatened even. This wasn't a simple case of dealing with the occasional unflattering tabloid piece. It was a relentless onslaught, a siege, if you will, that targeted not just Harry, but also Meghan, who was new to this world and its peculiar demands. What choice did Harry have? To watch silently as his wife was subjected to the same harsh spotlight that once hounded his mother, or to say, enough is enough, and make the tough call of stepping back from the very institution that was supposed to protect them, but didn't. O'Brien argued that Harry's choice was clear. He chose to protect his wife and himself. He chose to say no to the constant intrusion into their private lives. He chose to say no to the blatant double standards. He chose to say no to the unspoken rule that they should just put up with it because it comes with the job. But let's be clear, this was not an easy decision. It was a decision born out of necessity, out of a desperate need for self-preservation. It was a decision that required courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in their right to live a life free of undue scrutiny and criticism. So when we look at Harry's decision through this lens, it's not about rebelling against tradition or shirking responsibilities. It's about survival. It's about protecting what matters most, his wife, his family, his sanity. Yes, it was a radical move. Yes, it was unprecedented. But sometimes the most radical moves are the ones that are most needed. As O'Brien suggested, understanding Harry and Meghan's decision requires paying attention to their unique circumstances. It's about recognizing the unbearable weight of their situation and acknowledging their right to choose a different path, a path to survival. So, was James O'Brien correct in his analysis? Looking back, it seems he was strikingly accurate. His insights offered an understanding of the pressure Harry and Meghan faced. He highlighted the double standards, with Meghan subjected to relentless criticism for actions her counterparts were praised for. He underscored the echoes of the past, how Harry had seen this media frenzy before with his mother, Princess Diana, and was determined to protect his family from the same fate. O'Brien's analysis painted a picture of a couple not just stepping back, but fighting for their survival. They were navigating uncharted waters, facing an intensity of scrutiny that was unparalleled. In the face of such adversity, their decision to distance themselves makes a lot of sense. In conclusion, James O'Brien's analysis offers a compelling explanation of the reasons behind Harry and Meghan's unprecedented decision. In the realm of digital connection, this humble channel has gathered a community of 432 unique individuals. Each one a valued part of this growing digital family. The goal, you ask? To reach 500 members in our shared journey this week. It's not merely about numbers, oh no. It's about building a space, a haven, where ideas are shared and creativity thrives. This is an invitation, not a demand. An invitation to join, to contribute, to be part of something greater. In the grand scheme of the cosmos, 500 may seem insignificant, but in the world of this channel, it's a milestone, a testament to our collective passion and curiosity. So if you feel a pull, a spark of interest, consider heeding the call. Join the ranks of our growing digital family. Let's together reach the milestone of 500 this week. Your presence, your voice, your curiosity, they make a difference.